Alrighty, traders. All right, we are live. We are live. Fantastic. Hey, traders. John Howell here. I hope this is working this time. Technology, guys, I tell you, just really it really it's one of those things, isn't it? That sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. So anyway, guys, we're seeing silver starting to pull back. And that's what I want to be covering in today's session. Where do I think it's going to go from here, and how far this pullback has got to go, and so on and so forth. So that's what I want to be covering in today's session, guys. I'm really excited. Plus, I'll be covering the stock market as well. Be giving you some of my thoughts about the stock market, what's going on right now in the stock market. And it's going to be really, really, really interesting and really exciting to see what's going on there. So let's get straight into today's session, guys. Do not place a trade based on what you're seeing in today's session, because trading is risky and it can cause substantial financial loss. There is no guarantees of making a profit in markets, so be smart about the way that you are trading. And I really do mean that, guys. You know what I mean? Like, if you're gonna put a trade on that has small risk on your account. If it doesn't work out, you're still protected there. And also, guys, I am running another live web class today where you can register for my free training to learn my -- trading system that gets up to 9% success rate. I love trading. And how to find these trades using my secret scanning tool. I found a few amazing trades today, actually, while trading less than 1 hour per day. That's what I did today, actually. I actually traded 1 hour per day, to be exact. And so yeah, actually no, I think it was about 50 minutes that I traded today. So in total. So go to johnslivetraining.com. You'll be able to see my trading system and how all that works. And you can start to implement and apply that to yourself today. All right. So hope we're doing well, guys. Hope we're doing well. Now, silver and gold. What is going on with the silver and gold markets? Now, looking at what we're seeing here right now, the last couple of weeks, I did a few live streams, okay? I did a few live streams. The first live stream was back on this day right here, all right? So this update, this up candle here, all right? Actually, you know what? Let me just bring this one right here, okay? So on this up candle here, I did a live stream that day, and I said, you know what? Looks like that we may be getting ready for a breakout. Get ready for that. Get ready for that, because we may be getting ready for some sort of a breakout. It didn't happen. And then I basically did a live stream this day here and said it doesn't look like it's going to follow through right now today, and it looks like we're going to get some more downside to come. And so I did a live stream that day. Then this day did this here, and then the next day today had a bit of a sell-off. So in the grand scheme of things, where we are right now, looking at this silver and gold chart here, okay, what we're looking at here and what we're identifying is we can see how that we're starting to see a sell-off. Now, is this going to be a strong sell-off, or is it likely to be some sort of a weak sell-off? Well, let's have a look at this here. We can see how we've just started to break out now out of this level here, right? So we have basically this level of resistance. You can see how we went sideways, and now we've just broken to the downside. And so I do see that there's a whole bunch of, we're probably likely to have at least a short-term move, probably down towards the $16 level on the silver market there. And you can see also same around, probably maybe even a bit lower than that. If I look at my weekly chart, you can see how I've got basically 2 levels of support levels through here. So we're probably this pullback that's happening right now, or this little drop in the market, probably is likely to continue and to get down towards the $16 level, and maybe down the $15 level, which is quite, I didn't expect to see such a pullback, but hey, that's what the market's all about, right? Now I still do believe that we're getting ready for the long term, guys. The next 5-10 years, you know, that's this whole thing is probably going to turn around and start to see some upside there. If I look at the, I can't get my volume on this TC2000 platform, but if I look at the, if I look at the actual SLV chart, look what's happening here. Absolutely gorgeous, right? Absolutely gorgeous. Now, why do I say gorgeous? Because look what's happened through here. If we if I look at this here, right, I could see how this market has completely started to close below this level through here. Okay, we had over the last sort of couple of months, we had this nice big downtrend. We had this high, came down, made this low, made a lower high, came down, went sideways, and now we've had the breakout. And if you look at the volume, right, the volume has really started to pick up today. So that tells me that silver is likely to start to see at least a 2 to 5 day move on the downside, at least. Okay. Now, actually, that's probably all it's going to have. If I open up my chart right up now, you can see how that we're breaking this level here right now with volume. So we're probably likely to run down to around the $15 level on a short-term basis. So it's probably going to be what I call a 2 to 5 day move, right? 2 to 5 days, right? Well, because means that on average, it might take 1 or 2 days to get there, or it might take a week to get there. But with a caveat on that, it may just be a final little drop before it goes sideways, before we start to pick back up. Now, with where my money is obviously on just for, we don't know what's going to happen tomorrow, but looking at the chart right now and looking at my moving average, right? If I look at this, if I look at my moving average, nicely trending down, sideways, a little breakdown with a volume increase, that tells me we're now likely to start to see a drop to the downside, and the short-term target with me would be $15 there. The reason why is a bit of a long-term support level through there. I do believe the buyers are likely to come back in once again, even if we do get a bit of a drop down to $15 level. I do believe the buyers are likely to come back in and swoop it up and start to see a move back to the upside from there. So the pullback here, this overall big pullback, has continued with the silver market there. So especially the silver market, guys, short-term pullback is probably likely to happen. So next week is probably going to be a bearish week for... yes, we are live, Anna. The silver market, we're probably likely to see, to continue to see more weakness coming into the metals on a short-term basis. My long-term view, guys, my next 5 to 10 years, that long-term investing position, I still have a big position long-term investing, right? But I don't really care about what's happening right now, because I know what's happening right now fundamentally, politically, and all that sort of stuff over the next 5 to 10 years. That's all I care about, okay? So the more this pulls back, the more I continue to buy long-term anyway, for those types of trades. But on my trading, that's my investing, right? My investing long-term is like, if this pulls back, fantastic, I'm going to buy even more. So that's what I do, right? I don't just throw it all in. I continue to add as this thing continues to pull back. That's my 5 to 10 years. So I have one trading account, or have one account that's for just that long-term stuff, buy, hold. You know what? This is a 5 to 10 year plan. Then I have my other trading account, which is my trading account, which means I'm in and out on a short-term basis, right? In and out, 2 to 5 days. And sometimes I'm in and out within a few weeks. So when I'm looking at silver right now, silver's one of those things that is likely to have a 2 to 5 day move down towards at least $15 there. Again, it's only a short-term move. But again, that doesn't look like much, but when you're looking at this here, it still can be quite a nice move in the options market. That's why I love trading options, because options can be phenomenal. Now, obviously there's a risk to all trading, guys. So that's not guaranteed to go down, but, we're now likely, when we've now got this breakout to the downside, we're now likely to run down to the next level of support through there, which is that $15 level. So sure. So bearish week for the metals next week, guys. Or should I say for silver. If I go have a look at gold right now, gold also had a bit of a bearish week as well too. But overall, gold is holding up really strong. Gold is really strong in the markets. Okay, and so gold is holding up really strong in the markets, and it's holding up so much more stronger than silver is right now. So what we're seeing through here right now, okay, what we're seeing through here is, if we look at this weekly chart, we continue to see this slight pullback through here, and so it's just really interesting. If I squeeze my chart right up through here, I can continue to see that even though we're getting this very, very, very sort of this overall channel pullback in this bear market through here, even though we're getting that, guess what? It's still holding up so much more stronger than than silver is. So gold is definitely the backbone there, right? Now, when you're looking at the metals, when you're investing in the metals, you must understand that gold is less volatile than silver. That's the reason why silver has pretty big gyrations. I love trading silver. I love investing in gold. All right. So that's what's happening right now. So I'm really waiting for another big breakout. I'm really waiting for another nice trend to start to form, right? So we can see back here, see how the market goes for a nice run, and then it goes through this nice quiet period through here, and then it starts to break out. That's what I want to see over here. We went for a nice run, sideways, it went for another run, and now we're just going through another quiet period. I want to see another breakout to the upside through here so I can, look for more trading opportunities, because there is no trading opportunities right now in gold, meaning short-term trades, 2 to 5 day moves. Long-term, that's me galloping on that horse. Like, let's go, right? So that's what I'm seeing there right now with the gold market. And so it'll be really interesting to see whether we do start to actually break down on gold, because we do have a lot of support levels down through here. But even if gold does start to break down, guys, it's just like, we do have a lot of support down there, don't we, on gold? So even if it did start to break, even if gold did start to break down through here level here, guys, we've probably got a lot of support level through here. So that's what I'm seeing through there, guys, on the actual silver and gold. Now, one thing that I'm looking at right now is the GDX and GDXJ. We can see how that what's happening right now is that we had a bit of a breakout to the upside. I thought, this is my thinking here, guys, not a trading opportunity, but I thought this here is likely to be a breakaway gap, and we're now likely to start to move to the upside. Well, it's completely retraced down. It still could be that, because we could now find a bit of support here and continue up, but we're not really. It's not really giving us any strong sign through there. And same for the GDXJ as well too. I really thought that this little gap up was probably likely to be a bit of a start to a bull run. That didn't happen. Completely failed and completely retraced the whole thing back down. So therefore, that's actually not a bullish sign at all. So, but the interesting thing is, guys, I see this here, right? I see this type of thing here. Like, I say, okay, this so we can see that this little gap here, guys. The interesting thing is that the interesting thing about this here, right, is that the gap up through here is I really thought that this was going to be a bit of a breakaway gap. It didn't come down and completely retrace it through there. If I look at the SIL and the SILJ, they're doing the same thing as well too, right? There's a lot of weakness now back in the metals again, really, really quickly. So same sort of thing, right? Same sort of thing we're getting, especially on, look at this SIL, right? SIL pretty much sideways, and SILJ pretty much sideways as well too, right? Oh, the SILJ has actually been stepping up quite nicely. But on a short-term basis, guys, I don't know about gold, but silver, once again, silver looks like is going to have a continued movement on the downside, at least for the short term. So for target for the SLV, for me, I have a target of around $15 that we're likely to get to, looking at that there. So I don't normally make, like, as you guys know, right, I don't normally make price projections and stuff like that, but when I see something like this here, it's now breaking to the downside. We're now likely to see a move back to the downside, guys. Guys, if you'd like to learn my trading strategy and how I trade the markets and how I use my scanning to find the trades, how I use options and so on and so forth, then go to johnslivetrading.com, jump on my next web class, and you'll be able to see all the details to that. Which I just absolutely love trading, guys. I got out of a trade today. Let me just share that with you. I got out of a trade today for myself. It was only a short-term trade, real short-term trade. Let me just share. Let me just share that with you. I've shared it. I've already shared it with my private clients. Um, so it was this one right here, RH. So this one here was, it was only a real, this is what we call a real short-term trade. What I call a 2 to 5 day move. So on this breakout candle here, in here, out the next day, really it was just a 1 day move, really. That's all I was after. Real short-term trade. And this thing gave me a really, really nice percent return on the option there. So really nice percent return on the option for trading probably no more than an hour and a half in total for these last couple of days there. If I'm looking at the stock market, what's going on out there with the stock market? The stock market is really, really interesting, guys, okay? The stock market is really interesting, and I truly do believe we are getting ready for a one really big push to the upside right now on the stock market. The stock market itself, guys, is just, if I look at my 1 year view, I still see we're likely to see a 29 or a 30,000 Dow coming up, and we're probably likely to see a big move, guys, a big move. And it's going to probably likely to be strong as well too, due to the fact that we've actually had this nice little pullback now. We're probably likely to start to see a big move out of this here, and a race to that 29, even up to that 30,000 Dow there. So I definitely would not want to be bearish this market right now. It's just not definitely right now. What we're seeing right now is definitely not what you want to be doing. Because we've got a very high probability chance that we're likely to go for a big push, and then we're going to be calling it Santa Claus's rally. So I'm excited for that, by the way, guys. I'm really excited. I don't really care if the stock market goes up or goes down or whatever. Right? I'm gonna go with the flow or go with the tide. And if the tide is going up, I'll look for positions going with that. If the tide is going down, I'll look for positions with that. So right now, the tide right now on Dow Jones is bullish. So therefore, I'll look for opportunities. I don't just get in. I'll look for opportunities to jump in on that tide. Right? If you look at silver and gold. Right? The tide is what? The short-term tide at least is on the downside. So you want to try to look for opportunities on the downside. So, and same for the S&P 500, right? Just looking at this here right now, guys. Yeah, we are about to make some serious moves. I'm just looking at this weekly charts. I truly believe, guys, by looking at this here, we're likely to start to really have a big push to the upside here. So, for people that continue to say the market is going to crash, do not believe the crap yet, right? Because there's nothing in this market that's going to cause that. Nothing right now. And again, guys, the thing is, like, if you look at the actual market itself, if I look at, say, the Dow Jones, look at this here, right? Look how much we pretty much spent a few years going sideways, and now we're just starting to break out. So, man, I really would not want to be short this market. I would not want to be short the Dow Jones or the S&P 500. Individual stocks are completely different, right? So I'm actually short 2 positions right now, and I'm long 1 position. Actually, no, that's wrong. I'm long 2, short 2. Why? Because it's my trading setup. And I know most of those are going to generate a profit. Some are going to be losses. Continue to make money. Simples. It's easy as that. Which one's going to be a loss? No idea. Which one's going to be a profit? No idea. Which one's going to be a really big profit? No idea. My job is just to continue to trade it. And then when I continue to trade it and not get involved with it, and then let my thoughts do nothing with my positions, then I do well. So right now, guys, S&P 500 and Dow Jones, I definitely would not want to be short this market. I definitely would not want to be getting involved with this thing right now, because this is a full steaming head approach. And if you look at things like JP Morgan as well too, things like JP Morgan is just a complete, it's really, if I bring up my weekly chart here, look at this here, guys. This is just absolutely just crazy. This actually hit my 130 target. I got out at 130. I did get in. I got in on this arrow here. So this arrow here, I got in here. When it got to 130, I got out. It's still continuing now. I really didn't think it was going to continue, but there you go. But looking at JP Morgan now, guys, and we can see how we had this continued really sideways movement. So JP Morgan right now, guys, is going through a massive move to the upside. Let's go back to that weekly chart here for a minute. So, wow. Yeah, we had what? Pretty much 1 to 2 years ago on sideways, and now we're breaking out. Man, oh man. Stocks like this, guys, you just don't want to be going short against it. Like even things like Goldman Sachs, right? If you look at Goldman Sachs, like Goldman Sachs is to me is just, oh my goodness. It's like, don't be short these banks right now, right? Just don't be short these banks right now. Like Goldman Sachs is just like, yeah, just don't be short in these banks right now, because it's if you think the market's going to crash and the stock market's going to crash and the Dow Jones is going to crash and the S&P is going to crash. Even if I look at, say, Bank of America, or I look at Bank of America, that thing has just been going absolutely nuts right now. So there are positions like just by looking at the stock market right now, guys, and by looking at what's going on in the markets right now, there obviously are positions to benefit from the downside, but the Dow Jones, the S&P, and some of these other stocks right now are just looking so bullish right now, guys. And especially when you start to look at things like, again, like JP Morgan and so on and so forth, like even Goldman Sachs and stuff like that. It's like, my. It's, especially like, yeah, it's just, it's right now, guys, is the most amazing time I've ever seen in the markets right now to trade the markets, because there's so much volatility right now of what's going on, and it is incredible. It's amazing. And if you know what you're doing, right, if you really know what you're doing, know what to look for in a good trading setup, and you can benefit from this, and you can use scanning software, which I do, right? I have my software scans over 3,000 stocks and then brings back the potentials, and all I have to do is go through the potentials, which is generally around maybe 30 to 40 stocks, you know, and then from there, you can start, and then from there you look, see which ones are trades. Like today, I went through probably about 40 different stocks and found 3 trades. So actually two trades were momentum trades, and one was a bit more of a longer term solo play. But so exciting, guys. This is so exciting right now. And I hope you can see, like, when you join my live stream at johnslivetrade.com, you'll be able to see what I'm talking about here, and you'll be able to know what to look for as well too, right? Instead of just blindly getting into things, oh, it looks like it's a good idea. It's like, oh my goodness. And all I say, guys, is that the better you can read these charts, the better you can understand these markets, the better trader you'll be. It's so incredible when you start to put the hours and hours and hours into reading these charts here. See, you can look at the political stuff, you can look at the fundamental stuff, but that really means nothing in the scheme of things, right? Because really at the end of the day, it's the chart that's telling you what's going on right now. The fundamental, if you look at a fundamental today, say, oh, the debt's too big and it can't keep going up. The debt's going to explode. Okay, but the debt can keep going bigger for another few years. And so when we actually remove ourselves from we don't think this can happen, or this can never happen, well, I'm telling you right now, guys, whenever you say that to yourself, it's probably what's going to happen. Like when you load up massively on one position, like this is definitely going to break, and this is definitely going to make me a lot of money. And I can never lose on this trade, essentially. Then yeah, so it's really incredible, guys. So I'm so excited about, about looking at these markets here. Look at McDonald's here. McDonald's is on a big pullback here. I believe McDonald's is probably getting ready now to go for another nice move to the upside, and probably another move back up towards its highs up here. Oh my goodness, guys. Oh my goodness. This is just incredible. It really is. There's so much amazing opportunities right now, guys. And once you start to see the market for what's really going on. Now, this obviously takes time because it's learning how to read the charts and all that sort of stuff. But you can just do so well from trading, guys, if you just position yourself in the markets when you know you should be. And every trade you get into, you're not risking small. That's the reason. That's what gives me so confidence to get into a position. Because even if it is a loss, it's like, okay, cool. I don't know. Yeah. So anyway, guys, that's what I wanted to share with you today. I wanted to share some things with you today. And if you have any any stocks you want me to look at here, guys, then just let me know. Any stocks or anything like that, then just let me know, and I can have a quick look at them for you before I head off. But in a nutshell, there, guys, the stock market right now is full steam ahead. Do not be trying to short the Dow Jones or the S&P, those sort of markets. Okay, individual stocks. There's plenty of opportunities to short the individual stocks if they are going down, right? If they're trending down, then jump on that trend. If they're trending up, don't try and pick a top. You're gonna get yourself killed. It's like, still to this day, there is people out there saying the top is in right now in the market. The market keeps making higher highs, but they keep saying the top is in. What are you talking about, man? Come on now. Go with the market. Don't fight the market. Respect the market. Respect the market. Respect the market. Respect the market. So that's all I say, guys. It's like, if the market's making higher highs and higher lows, and we continue to make these higher highs, don't try and say, well, the top's in. Golly, people trying to pick these tops these days. It's like, don't try and pick a top. Why would you? When you think about it, right? Think about the casino, right? You're the casino. You have much better chance of doing so well. You have so much better chance of doing so well of going with the market instead of fighting the market. If the market's going up, don't fight it. Go with it. It's like, yeah, like bang, like don't, right? It's like, and same with silver and gold right now. Silver and gold right now, short term, are going down. So if you're a short term trader, don't expect to try to find a bottom right now in silver and gold, because it may not happen. Long term, whatever, right? That's a completely different kettle of fish. But if you're looking to benefit right now and trying to say, oh, the top's definitely in on NASDAQ, or the top's definitely in on S&P, like, no. We are getting ready to go for a big move, guys. I'm telling you right now. Santa Claus is coming to town. I like Santa too. Santa looks good. Santa's been good to me this last few months. Trading the pullback in GDX and NG made over 100% on the weekly option. For me, was grateful. Fantastic, Daniel. The only thing I must say, though, is that if you did get into just only because you thought it was a good time to short it, then that's a bad thing. But if you got into the position because it's based on a trading plan that you follow every time you get in, that's when you're a good boy. But if you didn't, then you got lucky, and that's never. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you made money on a trade or not. That doesn't mean that you did the right thing. When you do the right thing is when you follow the plan, right? When you have a business, you follow the business plan. When you follow the trading, you follow the trading plan. Because that's the thing, guys, all right? If you seriously want to get ahead in the markets, you must have some sort of plan of getting into these markets. And the plan must be the same thing over and over again. Like when I get into the trades, I can show you my last 30 trades, and every single one of them look almost identical to each other. Because it goes based on the exact same plan. It's not a guess. It's not a gamble. It's not a hope. It's saying, no, it is. I'm getting in. Some of the losses, most of my profits. Rinse, recycle, repeat. Do well. So just like I teach on my web class, like I'm teaching today on my web class at johnslivetraining.com, you'll be able to see it all. It's like, it's just simple. Have a plan, stick to the plan, do nothing else. But what do we do, right? We do everything else. And that's where we go wrong. If you seriously want to be ahead in these markets, you must abide by the rules of getting ahead in these markets. And what is that? That is that every successful trader on this planet has one thing in common. They have a plan or a trading setup that they like, and they wait for that trading setup. They get into the trade. Some of them make money. Some of them don't. Rinse, recycle, repeat. When you have a loss, it's not hurting you. When you have a profit, it's not exciting you. It's just a nice, easy going. And away you go. Like, and I see so many people right now, right? It's like there's just no plan of attack, and there's so much hope behind it. Don't hope, guys. Please, please, please. I get so many emails saying that they've lost so much money in the markets because of that. It's like, don't. If you are absolutely serious about getting ahead in these markets, and you've had enough of going backwards, well, then you need to start saying, you know what, I've had enough of this crap. I've had enough of this. Because at the end of the day, it's you that's causing you to go backwards, not the market. It's not the market that it's rigged, and it's not that they're suppressing gold or silver or all that sort of crap. No, it's you. Because at the end of the day, I guarantee you that if I did some private coaching with you and I looked at all your trades, I guarantee you all your trades will be based on something completely different. That's where with some of my private clients, when I'm actually doing private coaching calls and I see their trades and I make sure they're sticking to their trades, I know whether you're doing well or not based on your discipline. So if you're serious about doing well long-term out of these markets, guys, it comes back down to you saying, why do you take this other crap when it's just not there? Recap on gold, please. Recap on gold. Watch the replay, champ. You'll be able to see that on the replay when this is finished. Starbucks, SBUX. Starbucks, please. Starbucks is starting a bit of a... you said Starbucks looks like McDonald's and looks good too. That is my only issue with Starbucks. See, if you look at that trend line through there. Oh, look at that there. Look at this. Look at this here, guys. Remember I said before about when you look at the market and you've got this calm before the storm effect, right? You have this 1, 2, 3 sideways with just nothing going on, and then it started to break out. Wait, look at it just go. Very nice. Weekly chart Starbucks, right? But look what's happening right now. We're just below that trend line right now. So we're actually below the trend line. And so therefore, it's not as strong as, say, McDonald's, for example, right? So McDonald's, if I look at the weekly chart McDonald's, look what's happening with McDonald's, right? We're actually right at that level of support. We haven't broken down. Now, it may break down and then there's no all bets off type of thing. And then we're probably likely to see a lot more drop from there. So that's the differences between McDonald's and Starbucks. McDonald's is actually right at that level of support. And after a nice pullback, and you can see how that from its low, we had a move up, and then we've had a nice pullback from its previous low. So that means we had a decent pullback already. If we look at Starbucks, right, we can see how pretty much we're now getting a very big deep pullback, but this thing's been going on and pretty much a big move to the upside for quite some time. So Starbucks is definitely a lot weaker to me. This breaking below this level here I'd stay, for me long term. I definitely wouldn't want to be looking at Starbucks for a move back up. But hey, that's just what I'm seeing there right now technically. I have the 85.50 calls and was a nice return today. Okay. Cool. The play met my rules of the strategy I have been working on all year. Okay. Cool. Same for Starbucks, even with it being a call. Okay, cool. Very good point about the trend line difference between McDonald's and Starbucks. Thanks for sharing analysis. No problem. No problem at all. Well, that's it for me today, guys. Once again, guys, make sure you head on down to johnslivetraining.com. Join me on my web class today, guys. I'll share with you my trading strategy and just start to follow that, okay? Apply it, follow it, start to use it. I'll share with you why my first 2 years was $250,000 in debt. And then how I started to turn that around. I'll share with you my scanner of how I scan these and how I can scan 2,000-3,000 stocks every day to find these trades. So I don't have to sit in front of the screen all day. I'll share with you how I trade options and so much more from this. You're going to absolutely love it. So get on down there right now, guys. And I'll see you today on my next web class at johnslivetraining.com. All right, guys. I'll see you next time.